Hello, you 9 more seasons until I get that Szechuan dipping sauce. Jim Sterling here, and this is the Sexy Brutale. This is one of my favourite games of the year. I beat it not too long ago. My review is up on thejimquisition.com right now, and the game is out tomorrow. It is a murder mystery without the mystery, because you know who does the murders. Your job is to stop them happening after you've already seen them happen. It's less of a whodunit, more of a how stop it. The game uses a Groundhog Day style resetting of the clock, and then the whole day plays out in real time. So the murders happen, whether you're stopping them or not, you've just got to stop them in time. I was hesitant to do a video. Not hesitant to do a video, but I've been concerned about doing a video because everything's a spoiler. It was hard to review because the game's truly brilliant moments are all fairly big spoilers. The solutions to puzzles are really clever, and giving them away sells the game and shows you why I love it so much, but also ruins it for you if you're interested in playing it. So what I'm doing is I'm going to show you the tutorial. This is the first part of the game. This shows one of the murders, which is actually a fairly simple murder, so it doesn't give away any of the really clever puzzle stuff. But it gives you a nice basic idea of what we're doing. So this character's been killed, Sixpence, who's been shot by a mystery member here, this person off to the side, and that's that. They're worried about having a bastard of a time and dealing with the stonework. And we've woken up here. Because what we saw has happened, but we can turn back time, like I said, Groundhog Day it, and gather clues. The idea is to start the day, right? You get told, you find out, like, who you've got to save for that particular sequence, and then you're on your own. You have to tail the victims, you have to tail the perpetrators, the murderers, these gas mask wearing staff of the Sexy Brutale casino, and things they say, like you said, they're in red. He mentioned how it's, still loaded and everything. That gives you a clue. So you spy. You can't stay in the same room as characters because of their masks will float off and chase you, which they deal damage, but it's really hard to die. Their job is to just stop you directly intervening. And here we get to see the murder from a different angle, which gives us, it can give you potential further clues to check out things from different angles. But mainly, you've just got to pay attention. And that's why I like it, because I'm not a big puzzle game player. You don't see me playing many puzzle games on this channel, that's for damn sure, because I am a very stupid person. But I do consider myself a fairly observant person, and sorry, I need a quick little glass of water there, I apologise. And the Sexy Brutale is all about observation and deduction. It's about watching murders take place, it's about following the people involved in the crime, and then it's about, resetting the clock and working out, how do I fix this? How do I scupper this plan? How do I fuck this up? So yeah, as we can see here, our character is sort of anomalous. They shouldn't be at the Sexy Brutale this night, but that allows them to move around on scene, but it means they can't stay in the same room as another person because the masks they're all wearing sort of float off and go after them. So it's an interesting thing, and it ensures, it's not there to challenge you in terms of, oh my god, you might die. It's there to it's there as a rule that stops you directly intervening, that stops you being able to just hang out in the same room as the killings. And it works very well for that purpose. Here's the pocket watch we're getting. This lets you turn back time. Dun, 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 dun. And you can turn back time. My heart wasn't in that. That's the problem. I remembered the song Turn Back Time, and then didn't have the energy left in my lungs after the talking I'd already done to launch suddenly into a song. So I fucked that up. But yeah, let's keep talking about the game. The game opens up, of course. This is just the opening chapel area. You eventually get to basically a full map that gradually unlocks, and you can go back and do all sorts of things, find secrets. When you save someone, you get their mask with a power attached. The powers aren't normally anything other than crucial for the next puzzle, or they're there to find unlockables. You know, some masks let you open up chests that are littered around that you won't be able to open until you've got that power. And that's just for, like, collectible stuff. The game itself's a couple of hours long. Think, you know, your general indie game with a decent story length. But there is some added gameplay value if running time is your value determinator. There are 52 playing cards you can pick up, and there's a secret attached to those. There are invitations that each character at the Brutale has, and you've got to get that, you know, 9 invitations to pick up from each of the guests. And they don't all have them on them. Sometimes you can go up to a corpse after they've been killed and get the invitation off them. Some of them a bit more involved than that. And what really gets me, I mean, as simple as this one is, this is a fairly simple puzzle, which I'm just wandering about doing at the moment because I think I was off my tits when I was recording this. This is a very simple one. They obviously get more complex than this. Sometimes you've got to save 2 people at once. Sometimes, you know, the traps are almost like something Jigsaw would make, you know. And what really, really impresses me is that as complex as the scenarios can be, the solutions are often deceptively simple. One of the big barriers in the game is your brain making it more complicated than it is and trying to do too much at once, when really having one idea, focusing on it and following it is sort of the key to success. And it is worth, I said in the review, but I'll say it here, it is worth at least the first time around not worrying too much about saving someone. You can Groundhog Day this thing as much as you want, so enjoy the deaths, which sounds, you know, a bit bad to say, but they are stylishly done. They've got dark humour involved. They're fucking great. They really are fucking great. One thing I'm going to do, and it will be spoilerific, is after this video, this will be about like just a little over 10 minutes long, the actual typical impressions thing. Then I'm going to show you uncommentated one scene, one of the characters' deaths, the death of Tequila Bell. If you have seen what you've seen so far, or if you've read the review and you're interested in playing it, don't watch that bit, experience it for yourself. If you're on the fence, that could tip it for you. And if you're not interested at all, you know, spoil it for yourself, don't watch it, it's up to you. But like I say, it is, I love the scene that's coming up, the thing I'm going to show uncommentated, and without hyperbole, it is one of my favourite death sequences I've seen in a game. It's just so well done. The use of music, the dialogue involved, the timing and the pacing and the direction of it. It's just mwah, mwah, is what I say to this. And what I say to this game as a whole. It's funny and it's creepy and it's chilling at times. And that's before I even talk about the main story arc. Every murder has its own little plot with characters that have lore that can be unlocked and all that kind of stuff. But the overarching story and the conclusion, with the ending that should be bullshit, pretentious trash, but they somehow pull off, and I'm not only fine with it, I kind of love it. I kind of love what they do with this game and its ending. When normally when a game pulls the sort of ending this game pulls, it comes across as pretentious horseshit, whereas this one, they sell it. They really do sell it. So, as we see here, Reginald is back to life because we reversed time. We learned about the gun, we learned about where the murder takes place, so it's up to us to really sort of fix that shit with the blank cartridge and the gun and the everything else. And there are some really good stuff going on here. Like there's what is it? There's. You see, I want to talk about bits in the game, but it's all a spoiler. And I if you are playing this, you really should go in, not uninformed, but at least without seeing too many solutions. I actually have 2 more videos recorded that show solutions of other puzzles, and I was going to show at least one of them. But the more I thought about it, the more I think everyone interested in the game, as well as the game itself and myself and everyone, will just benefit more from just showing this intro and that death sequence. And you know me, it's not often I'll actually gush this much about a game to the point where I'm like, please check it out. But I mean, I gave this thing a fucking 10 out of 10 on the Jimquisition.com, and, you know, if you don't care for my opinions on games, that'll mean nothing to you. If you do, you know, hopefully that's got your attention, because I think that's the thing this game's going to need more than anything, is attention. And also, isn't the music fucking brilliant? Is that not great music? I think it's great music. It's got a really nice soundtrack. The art style's nice. The one regret I have is that I think if there was voice acting in it, and the voice acting was good, this would have been 100% majestic, I think. That it's all text dialogue isn't bad, it doesn't harm the game. And as I said in the review again, bad voice acting would have ruined it. So, you know, better to err on the side of caution. But if they could have got together a good cast, especially because the trailers for this game do have a voiceover, and he's brilliant. He does a really good job of selling the style of the game. And I think that style would have been enhanced with some actual vocals. There are 2 vocalized songs that are very, very pretty, one of which you will hear if you continue watching the video. But for now, I'm gonna wrap this up because we are almost done here. I hope you enjoyed this video, mostly because I just honestly, genuinely think this deserves to do well. I think this deserves attention. Patrick Klepek actually tweeted at me this morning, said they hadn't heard of it, which is just a shame. I don't think many people have. Review embargo went up this morning. I don't know how many people did reviews, but hopefully people pay attention to it. The Sexy Brutale, I'll tell you right now, is easily... It's getting a Jimquisition award at the end of the year. I'll spoil that for you. I mean, he got a 10, which is an automatic shoe-in unless I do 5 10s this year, which would be unprecedented. But this is... Sorry. Water is so good for you to drink. I can't recommend it enough. I never used to drink it a lot, obviously. I mean, look at the fucking size of me, but started drinking it about 2 years ago, daily, constantly, as I forced myself. I've got a very habit-forming brain, so it's very easy to rewire my brain to drink water. So I did that. Oh, it feels so much better. Why am I talking about that in this video? I suppose it gives you a good gap before we show the other bit that's proper spoilery. And then it does deserve a bit of a gap. So I'm going to stop. I'm going to wrap up talking. I didn't like saying stop because never know where my mind might take me on these tangents. But I am winding down so that I can let you all just get on with your day. Do enjoy the death of Tequila Bell if you are going to keep watching. I know I did. It was wow. And do please... at least check the game out. At least check out trailers. At least give it a look. Even if you don't like puzzle games. Because this is not your average puzzler. This is not... This is something special, I think. And maybe history will look back on me saying this and think I'm an idiot for it. I'm prepared for that. I hope against hope that history looks back and says, you know what, the Sexy Brutale? That was fucking great.
was in your arms, crushing grip of steel. Once you had all my heart. Lord knows where that is now. Now I see through you as though you're made